LLDJSTAR.
Ooh, DJ Star, you a fool.
Mi cama, bien loquita. Cara de santa, pero es una bandida. Que loquita. Tiene mala fama, pero esa es su vida. Pues loquita. Fuma conmigo, champán y bebida. Pues loquita. Vamos a portarnos mal. No busco nada normal.
The primary purpose of the CAF podcast is to express platform for creatives to express their personal views or opinions without restriction or censorship. All views or opinions expressed during the CAF podcast are solely those of individuals expressing such views or opinions and does not reflect the views of the CAF podcast.
Well, let me go ahead and knock it out like this. Season 7 CAF podcast, man. We back with another episode, a makeup episode if you want to put it that way. But it's somebody we already had in the CAF, family, friend, member. Last time we had them on, we was talking about Black women, and I don't think Coach Gottie know this season we calling it "It's Whatever," which fits perfectly with you because I remember we was talking in the DM. I think you texted me that you got a story to tell, and I was like, "This would be the perfect season because it's whatever." Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I got no questions, I got no notes. It's gonna find out what we need to find out from Coach Gottie. So we're gonna welcome back to the Cal. You know him as Paw-Paw Gotti. We call him Coach Gotti. Coach Gotti, welcome back to the Cal, baby.
What's going on, brother?
Chilling, man. Happy to have you back in.
Man, happy to be here, bro.
Right, yeah. So, let me start off the preliminaries first so we get through it, then we're going to get to you. The first question I always ask, because it's been a minute. I think it's been what? No, it's just been one season because you came on season 5. Coach.
What's going on?
How is your mental health?
It's better than it was last time.
Gotcha.
Well, way better than last time. I had to end up going to the altar. My daughter ended up going to the altar, and the preacher, I went to her church. She threw a program for him, and he was just saying, whatever it is, just leave it here. So, I carry around the weight of losing my mom or whatnot. Mm-hmm. And so I just left it there. I don't know, not in a bad way, just I gotta keep moving or whatnot. So I left it there and it kind of was a weight off my shoulders or whatnot. I've been chilling though. I've been out the way, just, teaching and still with basketball a little bit. But yeah, just been out the way, man.
Do me a favor, turn your phone landscape for me.
Like that?
Yeah, there we go. Because I don't want it to look messed up when we put it on the video. Now
okay.
It can fill up the screen. Okay, so I think last time we talked, let me do my preliminaries. I think you just had a new little girl.
Mm-hmm.
How she's doing, and how is your older daughter, who we thought was your sister at the time? How's both of them doing?
Well, the little baby doing fine, man. She trying to walk at 7 months. She done said dad already.
Already.
As soon as she hear my voice, she just act a fool. So it's been smooth. And my oldest just got off the phone with me not too long ago, asking for advice. So yeah, it's been smooth.
Okay. Well, Coach Gotti, season 7 is whatever. I have no notes. I have no topic. I'm just here to hear what you got, and I'm gonna run for what you
got. Really, man, I just been trying to just do right. Really just doing right. Getting a position at Grambling, being a professor, being an advisor. I started off with my first week. My boss was out of town, and so my first week, advising students. But if I hadn't done stuff like with basketball, I would have been lost. But it started off as 5 students. Now it's like 543. My office is packed every day. All right. They have voted me to the advisor to the Midwest Club, and I'm not from the Midwest at all, but I got those under my belt. Been kind of popular on campus as far as, the kids always tell other students, like, you need somebody to talk to for real, or need somebody to take care of business. That's who you need to go see. I've gotten plenty of internships for students, jobs. I'm real tough on them. Like, I don't, I don't deal with nothing. They know that. And I actually started a group meet. It's called Gram Fam, like the real Gram Fam. And so all those 500 some students in that group, they be replying, they be texting back. I make them check in every Monday. They have to heart the message or either stop by the office. You got 2 times, 3 times in a month to stop by the office to make sure, because I got to see you, like, are you okay? So my first week, people was at my office. They was crying, bro. So I went and got some good words and I wrote them on tabs and I put a whole bunch of them out in the right by my office or whatnot. And so when somebody going through something, I make them read it. It's just all positive. So that's been pretty dope or whatever. I miss basketball though. I'm not gonna lie to you, full time.
Yeah, we definitely now that I was gonna wait till the end to talk about it, so we definitely gonna talk about that. But so 543 students, all from the Midwest.
No, 543 from everywhere. But they got me as the Midwest advisor.
Got you. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, Coach. I think that actually fits you because I remember when we had TJ on, he said he used to talk to you for advice.
Yeah.
Like, is that something that was like nurtured in you or just something that you groomed into be?
My mama was like the rock of my family. So she had, total of 9 brothers and sisters at the time. And so I would always notice like everybody there. Every time something happened, my mama get up, she go do it. And so it just became like second nature. Like, that's my little brother, so I got to make sure he good. And then even how we met, like he got into an altercation with some dudes and, I ran up on the dude. And next thing almost 30 years later, that's my brother. So it just, I don't know, I guess it's in me. It's in my heart just to just try to do right, try to help folks, so it's been pretty smooth.
And working with young adults, that's just something that's like waking up riding a bike.
Yeah, that's simple. That's because it's just conversation and it's feedback, but it's honest feedback. I always ask them, I say, you want the truth or a lie? And everybody, of course, I always speak, I want the truth. And I tell them the harsh truth, and they go on about their day. You can't help all of them. Along the way, I probably done lost probably like 20 because they don't want to heed. Yeah, they don't want to heed to the regimen of like school. Like, you can get that refund. You can get that car. Oh, you want to go to class? You won't be here next semester. Well, that's just what it is.
Yeah, I never did understand that because I'm like, you came to school for a reason. Like, you didn't come for a refund. Like, I get it. It's money. Trust me. We all got it. We all need it. I remember my first time getting a refund. Man, I had my car. I went to the gas station, filled up, and went to Applebee's and ate. But my mama didn't let me come all the way from a 13-hour drive from Jacksonville, Florida to Graham, Louisiana for a refund. She allowed me to come in for education. So I never did understand kids who just like, unless it just wasn't in them in the beginning.
Yeah. A lot of them just the juggle and, like I love grandma or whatnot. It's just a lot of stuff that needs to change. And it's not bad. You know what I mean? It's not bad things. It's just the reason kids are switching from their advisor to me is because I reply. Like the recruiting phone I use the email stuff is just childish. 2024. Get you a second phone. The university invested in second phones of professors, it'll be smooth. And then you gotta take note that the professors taught me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're over the retirement limit, and I do understand we short staff, but I think that these people have lapped their retirement. You know what I mean? It's just time you get that young blood in there. That university gonna strive.
Yeah, don't get me started on that because I say it's some people at Graham. I said should have I ain't saying fire, but like, hey, listen, we're gonna give you a year worth of salary. Just don't come back. Just don't come back. Like, it's some people at that school, and I'm talking about when I was there, and I was there from May 2007 to December 2013. And I'm like, yo, you shouldn't still be here. You should go retire. Like, it's just too much old blood there. And I get it. Easy work, that paycheck coming in, you've been making $100,000 for the last 15 or 20 years of your life. You just ain't ready to let it go. But golly, you gotta move out the way. Get some Like the fact that you didn't know how to use an iPad or what's this Apple Play to the TV. We still using projectors.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's don't Graham got like I'm gonna say this. A lot of HBCUs got to do better with that. You got to get that old folks out of there. Like keep them for like advisory stuff. And I'm not talking about advising the kids, advising to the professors and deans. They got to move out the way. That's the only way you keep things moving.
Yeah.
So
Are you right?
okay, so let me go back to something because I'm gonna go there. Your mother, and I remember you posting about it and everything. Like, have you gotten over it, or you still dealing with the effect?
No, I'm for sure still dealing with it.
Okay,
That's a battle.
like
That's a harsh battle. Like it's not easy. You know, I had a stretch like these last 2 months, I was fine. Then like the last week, it was just like, damn. You know, like it's because I want to. It's so many things I can't say. I tell you personally, whatever. It's a lot of stuff that's happening in my life that's like really, really good. And the one person I want to call when stuff happened, my mama, can't call. You know what I mean? So it's a battle. I think that's gonna be for the rest of my life because we had a bond. You know, I took care of her since I was like a little kid. So you know, that just ain't going. Yeah, I know it ain't going nowhere, man. I just have to learn how to live with it. You know what I mean?
Is it something that like she specifically like told you how to get through hard times, or it was like she just said, "Baby, you got to
I
learn
just
how."
saw her. I just saw her.
Ooh.
Like she just walked the walk. Like I wish my the paper, it's in my office actually. It's a paper. She was begging the court system to not make her come to court for jury duty because my grandmother couldn't walk at the time or whatnot, and I didn't know secretly she had took. My grandmother was staying before I was born, probably like 11 years with my mom. So it was my grandmother and it was my aunt that was mentally she was my aunt had like the mind frame of probably like a 10 or 11-year-old, but she was sweet. She still was an adult or whatever the case may be. My mom was taking care of my grandmother that couldn't walk and my auntie. So I'm really not knowing till it was my turn to take care of my mom. Like my mama was picking up her mama and bathing her. Like, and I never saw it. Like they didn't let me see nothing like that or whatever the case may be. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Still praying, man. I know I know that's a hard pill to swallow. I know one day I'm gonna have to go through it. I don't know how I'm gonna act, but just I try to pick up little stuff from people who have lost their mother just to prepare myself. Not saying, knock on wood, my mama gonna pass anytime soon, but just when that day comes, that at least won't be a bastard case. Cause I mean, I gotta bring them up. Like Kanye West, ever since his mama passed, it just seemed like he has no direction.
Well, and no disrespect to like, so my father, God rest his soul, we wasn't, like, I don't know, I guess he had a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this, ain't no preparing. I don't care what you do. Like the assistant coach at Grambling State, Coach Kyle, you know Kyle, huh? Kyle Jones. So Kyle, I was with, like, we was in New Mexico when he lost his mom, and I was right there with him, like seeing what he going through. And I'm crying because I'm hurting for him, but I'm also crying because I ain't ready. I just kept saying I'm not ready for that. And so when it hit me, every time something crazy would happen, like we about to pass by the institution she was when we was coming back from Mississippi, he'd start cracking jokes, to try to, because he could see like I'm finna break down and pick up the phone. We about to have like a coaches like gathering or whatever the case may be, and I'm just in a wreck. You know what I mean? Like I ain't gonna lie to you, like I ain't no preparing for that. I ain't no way. It ain't nothing you could do. It's just like, just be a good person to your parents. You know what I mean? Like be good to your mom, be good to your pops, your grandmother, etc. You be good to them. You sleep at night. Like I know people that have lost their mothers. They were horrible to them. So now you don't have no rest. Like you really in just a bad place. You know what I mean? And I know probably with Kanye, like I ain't never hear him talk about his dad, So when you have just that mother figure and she just do what she got to do, like constantly, just ain't complaining, ain't whining, she just pushing through it. And all of a sudden, like with his situation, he kind of watched it go down. And I think that's what kind of hurt him. Like instead of just kind of putting yourself in a dark room, shit, I tell people, man, go to therapy. Like go quick as hell. Like go as soon, like a week after the funeral, man, go to therapy. Don't sit in that, because I was angry as hell, bro. Like I was ready to fight people, man. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, you know. I felt some type of way. Like a lot of people couldn't make the funeral because it was I had it on like a Thursday or whatnot, and I looked at people different. Like me, he'll tell me, TJ, like I didn't want to talk to him, like I was hurt. Like y'all know my mama, and a lot of people weren't there, but I looked at the time and I looked at I'm like, they ain't picking up the phone, they ain't calling me. But then I had to sit down and realize, like, what the fuck are they gonna tell me? They can't tell me nothing. Like you can't. And that's a hard conversation. And I had to look at it from step outside my personal feelings for it and realize like they see what I've been doing. So they ain't finna sit here and just, you can't coach me through this. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's probably what happened to him.
I had me and my boy, we was having a conversation when you brought it up about how some people treat their parents, mother or fathers terrible, but mostly their mothers. And when it do happen, they gotta live with that, and it's like they regret some things, but you can't. She's gone. My boy was like, he said, "Man, look, how he said it? He said, ain't it a blessing that you like? I know you love your mama, and you know I love my mama, but ain't it a blessing that we really like our mom? Like." You like, dog, really think about it. Like, it's some kids, some people now, they love their parents, but they just don't like them. And they treat them like crap and talk to them crazy. And it's like, bro, I feel blessed to know that I really like my mom. I like being around my mama. I like talking to my mama. I like hanging with my mama. He said, dog, that's just a blessing in its own right there.
Nah, for real. That's
real. That when you said that, it was like, that just popped in my head. So let's get off this because I don't want to get too emotional. But I'm gonna ask this time because fiance, that's still popping. If not, I know that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Woo. I ain't want to have to edit nothing out. So when the date? When we get married, man?
We doing a little quick court stuff, and then after that, next summer gonna be the wedding on the beach. She actually want to have it in Florida or whatnot. I just gotta fix some things up. Yeah, no, for sure.
Let me know where y'all gonna be. If it's in like Pensacola now, I ain't gonna make it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But if you on the East Coast of Florida or South Florida, I got you. Especially, definitely let me know because my sister works at a hotel and she got connections all the way down to Hollywood, Florida.
Okay, that's a bit.
So yeah, but how's dealing with that? Well, let me go back. How's that going for you with the new job and still being a dad?
That's the new job is easy. Mm-hmm. It's like it's let me say this. It's work. That's how I know I miss basketball. Basketball wouldn't work. I could leave the office at 1 a.m. I still wasn't tired. When I get through at Grambling State University every day, I come home, I'm liable to pass out. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's actually real work. Coaching is simple, but that's also my passion. So
yeah. Well, let me get to it. What happened? Because I was this season was a historical season for him. I was looking. I'm like, because whenever I see your stories, I'm like, he ain't at the game. What's going on? You always post.
Yeah. I'm still, still in groups, still part of everything and whatnot. It's just, having that new baby, like the travel. Yeah. I can't be like that. And I might, my daughter get old enough, the sacrifices, like I need to be coming home. If your mom has an episode where she might go through postpartum and I'm all the way in New York City, you understand what I'm saying? I wasn't finna let that connection with my child and with her mom lose for basketball. Even though they did do something that was amazing, I'm still right there with them. I'm getting calls, I get all the stuff they get. So, it's forever love or whatever the case may be.
That's what's up. Now, we got to go to it. what does Graham got to do? Because that game versus Purdue, it was literally one person. To me, from what I saw, was that big white boy, 7'4". It seemed like he was just a team, and everything. It was like a hollow situation to throw it in. It was easy over like. Other than if you take that dude away from Purdue, it's a different ball game.
Well, they good, bro. They was good. Like even if you like, he's legit 7'4". Like no, ain't no add no 5 inches. I'm 7'4" and I'm 300, and I know every last one of my spots. Ain't that nobody. Like the team, they actually were battling a minute ago, before I came in the room against Gonzaga. All you gotta do is outrun him. You know, they 80-68. He had 27 points and 14 rebounds. I mean, you just gotta outrun him. If something like they not winning the whole thing, like I promise you that. If they do, is that mean the coaches haven't readjusted. Like a lot of people don't have 7-footers on their roster, whatever the case may be, but they finna run some 7-footers. So, and they play real well off of them. They got some good point guards, man. Them boys shoot knock down them threes, man. They actually solid. It's just he get the praise, you know what I mean? That's all. But they good though. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Them boys can shoot.
I first of all, college basketball. I just been slacking on it. I pick it up around about tournament time. I really wasn't paying much to Purdue, but when I saw him, but I did see UConn, so I maybe Purdue, UConn. I don't know if Houston. Well, they say Houston tough, so I don't know.
Tough.
I don't know.
Yeah, Houston tough.
I don't
Houston
know.
ain't gonna let him. He gonna be tired. He playing against Houston. He gonna be dog tired. They finna get up and down that court. And they gonna attack him. They don't care about him being 7'4". That's the only difference.
And then you got what is it? It's Clemson versus
Duke. Duke playing in a little bit, or play today. I don't know.
No, I think it's Clemson versus Illinois. I think because I think it's Clemson versus Illinois because one of those coming out I want to say the West because North Carolina was the Midwest. Yeah, like my bracket shot, like it's done. North Carolina pissed me off.
Sound like my brother.
Golly, like it was a sign when they lost to North Carolina State. I should have just. It's all good, but that's not here. Let me stop venting on this podcast. Season 7 Cal podcast, man. We got Coach Gottie back in here, man. Yeah, man. I told you, I got no notes. I got nothing. I'm just winging with you tonight, my boy. So I don't even know where to go back from here. But let me see. We get the basketball with the Coach Gottie. I mean, literally, how's 2024 going for you?
2024 been amazing, man. I changed a lot of people's lives. I done helped a lot of people. And I, having been on campus and being over the student body or whatever, like, but I say I done reached a lot of students. I mean, a lot of students. So that's like cool for me. I had car trouble because I stupid enough to buy a foreign car, but that ended up getting fixed. So I'm back on the road again or whatever and moving regardless of my situation or whatever. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on. I can't talk about it on the podcast, but I'll tell you though.
No, it's all good. Because I got to ask this question because as a father of 2 girls, one older, one baby.
3.
Wait a minute. What?
The middle one, Maddie.
Oh, I forgot about her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, father of 3. Jesus. Well, this is even a better question because as the father figure, you say you're dealing with students all around. How the young ladies coming to campus, how are you dealing with them? Because some of them don't come from homes with fathers. Some do come home with fathers, and some just don't even know how it is to be in the presence of a man. Like, how are you handling that on a day-to-day basis? Because I'm pretty sure, and I can say this because I've been on the college campus, there are some girls who are looking at you more than as an advisor. They're looking at you as a
headline star.
Button too, if you want to see more podcasts from Florida, go follow our main man, Florida. Don't play with it.
Shout out to Florida.
Huge shout out to Florida, man. Thank you for having me on. It was perfect.
DJ Star.
Girl calling, my bad.
Which one?
The itty bitty one, the 7-month-year-old.
Coach Gottie, your baby got a phone?
She got an iPad.
And she know how to call you?
Yeah. She know how to go to what's that, Grace's Corner, like all that. But the other Maddie was doing it at the same time before we started the year. I got her an iPad. Like they own it, bro. My grandson logs in and calls me to play Call of Duty. He's 4. Yeah, these babies different.
Yeah. I remember it was just at the time it was just playing with a Nintendo. No, a Game Boy. Game Boy. Game Boy. I know I'm saying my age. Okay. But let me get back to the question. Dealing with the young ladies coming in, how are you handling them on a day-to-day basis?
I'm dad. I'm a girl dad. Mm-hmm. You know, even if they trust me with their life, I've shown them like I'm here for you. Right. I've gotten phone calls at 2 a.m. Man, coach, man. I said, what's up, man? In the car in the ditch, man. Oh, okay. Should we call the police? We drunk though. I done cuss them out smooth. You know, like don't call the police. You're going to jail. That's crazy. Yeah. All y'all get together, push the car in the ditch, you'll be okay. Yeah. So they end up doing that. I've gotten phone calls. My dog is coughing wrong. I'm not a vet, bro. Like, but that's how comfortable they feel with me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Some of them lost hope. I gave them hope again, and I make them push through. You know, I don't deal with no excuses because I ain't supposed to be here. You know, like the lifestyle I lived before, prior to. So it's been family. So it's yeah. I'm like their dad. Like they love me past the bar. Like they care about, you know, whether I live or die. So yeah.
Now switching it over to the boys, the young men, like
same thing. They
hold on. It ain't the same thing. Are you having them conversations with them? Because you know.
Nah, it's the same thing. I'm having real conversation. I think going to ground, you know, back in the day, and no disrespect to nobody that was working there. We couldn't talk to nobody. And when nobody cool and nobody looked like me, they was from 40s, 50s, and 60s, you know. So me being young, like my first week there, people would come to my office, you know, to get advice, to talk, and they see these all on my hand, they see my dreads, and what the advisor at? I'm like, I'm him. No, you're not. You ain't the advisor. Don't play with me. One girl done, you know, it was like 10 girls in the office. The girl done cussed me out. She mad as hell. Man, I ain't got time for these dudes up here play too much at ground. Then my boss walked in like, Mr. Golden, I'm about to go to lunch. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You don't look like an advisor. What does an advisor look like? Yeah, it's 2024. Like, I got tattoos, I got dreads. Yep. We might listen to some of the same music if it's good. Yeah. You know, I'm not that far detached away from y'all. So yeah, now I have the conversations. I had the plan B conversations. I had all the baby I've had some conversations, a lot of them, and I don't sugarcoat nothing. I've met a lot of parents that, you know, told me they glad that their kids, you know, around me or whatever the case may be. And like I tell them, I was like, you know, if the kids need me, I say this all the time. Y'all need me, just call. I'd be mad if you call 2 o'clock in the morning and because you intoxicated. Yeah, I'm cuss you out. But, you know, if you need me, I'm going to answer that phone. So I think that's the approach that would be pretty dope if the whole campus kind of took that on.
Yeah, and see, that's what I'm saying. We got to get them older people in their older ways out the way because sometimes it just I don't know your age, Coach Gottie. I ain't gonna put it out there. You can put that going through. It's just that we're not too far from them. Yeah. Like I'm a millennial, but I know what's popping. I know what's going on. I'm still connected. The music, the lifestyle. I know, you know, the difference between, you know, the thoughts and all this and the fake gangsters and all that. And you just sometimes you got to tell them like, hey, listen, I know you think that's cute and the boys are hollering at you, but baby, be careful when you get around certain dudes. Like, watch what's in your cup. Sometimes it's good to pass the blunt.
No, for real.
Like, you ain't got to hit it, especially if you're not paying attention who hit it. Because they might be putting it to their mouth. Don't mean they taking a puff. So,
you're right about that.
Like, that's why I think I'm gonna talk about my alma mater. Sometimes it's just best to get those older folks out of the way. Keep them around as advisors to the people who are advising and working, and just in case, if a situation come up, they have somebody to run to ask that question. But literally, y'all got to move out the way. Y'all pass out age and prime and bedtime. So
You ain't lying.
So yeah, that's big. Now, you kind of mentioned it. I don't know how much you can say, but you did say you had a previous lifestyle. What was that about? If you
To my
can't talk
gang
about
banging me. Yeah, gang banging me.
Come on.
Yeah. I tell the students that too. When I made them all come to the conference room and meet up, and I let them know, like, because I met one kid from California when the gang, because a lot of times people think they don't know. You might see somebody with some slacks on and stuff sitting in their office thinking they just, nah, I'm not regular. Nah, I had to go through it. I thank God I went through it. And people from the streets, even though they might have been drug dealers or killers or robbers or whatever the case may be, them some of the most loyal, respectful people I've ever met in my life. And I told somebody, I said, the Klan, hold on, bro. Hey, come here, sit down.
Father being the father.
Nah, that's the dog. He's trying to go in the kitchen, do something he ain't got no business.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, I told them about it or whatnot. I'm lucky to be here, and it molded me. Like I said, the people that I've always had a problem with, they usually have on suits and they look like me. It wasn't the killers, it wasn't the murderers. It was the black men that made it, that had such a problem. I think as black men had a stereotype that if they don't look like us, we don't mess with them. It's a new era, and that's part of the problem wrong with the community. You'll see a lot of successful black men detaching themselves from where they're from. Like these kids don't have no vision; they can't see it. But yeah, I think that's the problem with a lot of stuff.
How did Coach Gottie get in the streets?
How did he what?
How did he get in the streets? But that's a question I always want to know, because sometimes, some people do it for the money. Some people do it because they was with a rival gang and they got with this gang because they got tired of getting beat up. Some people do it for the brotherhood. Like, what was your reason to make that decision?
For me, I was forced in it. When my mom got sick or whatever the case may be, hey man, hold on. Hey, can you hit him in his head? Because that's crazy. Stop before you die. You cost too much. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so my mom, I lost my dad, I lost my two aunts, and I lost my grandmother in like 3 month time span. And so my mom, mentally, she just kind of shut all the way down or whatever. And so a family member called the police. Police came, got my mom, slammed on the car. When I was 9 years old, I got off the bus, whatnot, and they drove off. Well, they left me there. So the family member that called the police obviously didn't realize, like, hey, I'm still here. So I stayed in the house, for about 7, 8 months. At that time, we were staying on Main Street right behind Gallows Barbershop. And so City Hall, you could pay all your bills there. My mom had a safe in the room or whatnot. Hey, hold on, bro. Move that, because that dog gonna kill itself. Just move out that stuff. So I have to call Mike Vick on this dog. I don't have time for this. And so they left me there. So I stayed in the house for a little while. The water got cut off, so I walked down the street, went to a abandoned house, got water. I had no lights. I still came in like it was still curfew. I paid the bills till I ran out of money. One day, one of my friends down the street, we was playing football. Like when the street light come on, I still went in, and went in the house. And so he was like, he cut the car porch light on so I can get the football, because he can't see, like it's an area on the side of my house. It's real dark. And we play football that way. And of course, I ain't got no lights or whatnot. So he was like, he came in. I was like, watch back. He tried to cut the light. He was like, man, you ain't got no lights. He's like, where your mom at? You know what I'm saying? I just kind of just looked. he went and told his mom or whatever. So they came down there and realized, like, you been staying in this house, maggots and stuff in the toilet don't work, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. Like, I'm really struggling, but I'm just really just figuring it out. So I
you was
called
by you was by yourself for how long?
almost a year.
And nobody noticed nothing.
They didn't care.
Bro, what was you eating?
My old high school football coach, he owned the gas station up the corner. So I was getting the money. Like, it was a lot of mom and pop stores when I was in Grambling. So I would still get food. I wouldn't go out the way, until I just ran out of money and whatnot. Then I just eat extra at school, put stuff in my book bag, come home. But it wasn't like I didn't try to reach out to family, because I did reach out to family. They hung the phone from my face. You know what I mean? So that taught me a lot. Like, so Gallows Barbershop was right there. And then in front of it was a gas station. So I was in a telephone booth. I called my family's number because I know it by heart still to this day. And so I called, like, hey, like, going on, because I got the flu now. Yeah. I'm crying. It's raining. And they hung up the phone on me. And I sat there in that booth and I cried and I asked God, because I'm a little kid. I'm like, what'd I do? Jesus. Like, we go to church every day. Like, my mom took me to church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm so serious. Like, every day I hated church. Can we just go to hell? Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. I did the same thing.
So, I cried in the telephone booth and I cried and I cried and I cried. And I realized the most important thing I ever learned in my life: ain't nobody coming. But nobody coming for me. And even at my mom's wake, the same family came in and told me they were sorry. Yep.
Okay. Wrong. All right. Now this podcast is a podcast now. My boy, my God. In a house by yourself for a year. Your boy, his mother came. So what happened after that?
I went down there. I stayed down there for like a week. Then they shipped me to California to my aunt. I was out there like a week. Saw somebody get shot like 7 feet in front of me. Little girl across the street. Sawed off gauge. Took off. About 2 weeks later, at school, we would connect to the high school. I was out there in Richmond, California, or whatever.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
People don't. Let me say this. Hold on. People don't know about Richmond. I done heard a lot of shit, and people done told me shit about Richmond. Like, people, like, I know they know Compton and the Bay Area. Richmond. Niggas, like, it's some shit went down in Richmond, California. Yeah. Like, don't sleep on that bitch. But go ahead.
So I was at school probably about a week and a half later. Some high school students got into a fight. They was fighting, the elementary going by. Dude getting jumped, but he holding his own. Like, he beating that. He handling his business. Shoot, school about to get out. Well, school is out. We on the bus, so we got this big old circle. Like, so it's probably like 20 buses out there, right? We waiting. So all you see the dude that was fighting and beat the dudes up that jumped. He ran out of school. He ran. You see a SS, not a SS, a Monte Carlo pull up. Shoot him. He dropped down. Dude get out the car, empty the whole clip over. We on the bus. We looking at like the window. And he get back in his car, cool. He drive the hell off. And then it just became a norm. Like, I knew, like, the girl across the street, I just met her. She was cool. Like, I'm a little kid, but you know how to look crush. Like, and she cute, And they killed her, and the people that killed her had on blue. So, of course, I'm in the blood neighborhood out there in Richmond, near Athens Park. So, of course, I joined the gang. I'm certified, did a whole bunch of stuff. Thought I had killed somebody one night, but didn't kill him, shot him in the leg. Didn't see him till I flew out there to my cousin that I was staying with, my auntie's son. I had to, she wanted me to identify his body. He probably, put probably about 20 people down in his lifetime. And so the karma came beginning, because when I came back to Louisiana, I was hell. I was pure hell. Like, I wasn't going for nothing. I still had that mind frame of, when they say out there they gonna kill you, they gonna kill you. When I came down here, it wasn't nothing like that. They was talking about it, but I was still living it. So I'm thinking, when they saying this, that they like what I'm on. Like, if you say my first day of school, a Crip walked up to my locker, a fake Crip, because no disrespect to people around here, but it ain't that. And so he walked to me, he was like, "What's up, cuz?" I thought it was a joke. And I went to beating the brakes off him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different from what I'm seeing out there than here, but thank God that, I had my first time I had sex, I had my little girl. So I started thinking about life different. Hey, come sit down.
Yeah, gentlemen. Season 7 Cal podcast. We got Coach Gottie. All right, okay. We got a podcast now. We got a podcast now. I didn't know this part. And looking at you, I never would have guessed it. I never would have guessed it. So let me go back. Going from Louisiana to California, then from California back to Louisiana. How was that first transit from country living to literally by the beach or the Bay Area? How did that affect you in like maybe your first? I'm gonna just say first year.
I was numb. I didn't care about none of that. I saw my mama get slammed on a police car, drove out. I called family, hung up. I
Did
was
your
left for
mom
dead.
did your mom know you was in California?
I didn't know what she was. The police took her away. That was it. I didn't see her till junior year high school. No,
So
senior year.
oh my God,
Senior
I
year.
gotta okay, all right, shut up. I gotta go back. So when they drove off, you had no recollection of where your mama was, and she had no recollection of where you was at. They didn't
No,
even tell you, they didn't even say, like she probably
nobody came back.
I'm assuming she told her, can y'all check on my son? And nobody did nothing.
Well, they took her to rehab, and the rehab that she went to got shut down for obvious reasons. When they put on them drugs, man, she didn't. When I saw her again at my auntie funeral that stayed with us, she wasn't the same.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So she didn't know left from right. But she, if she was here, she'd tell you I was praying though. It's plenty of time. Like I bury kids. Like since we done talk, I done buried players. Like they wasn't even nowhere near cut like how I was cut. I done ran up on people with AR-15s and did not kill. Like just I'm gone because the key thing that made me so wild mentally was I couldn't find my mom. So I'm on everything on the country. I don't care about nothing because I don't know who my mom is.
Literally, I once again, I pray to God I didn't have to be in your shoes, but that's a crazy thing to you see that, and then like you have no recollection where your mom is.
She was at a. I
knew.
I didn't know where she was or whatnot. And when the only reason I found out my auntie had passed because one of my teammates' mom, she do funeral programs. So when he came to school, it was like I literally found out first period, and the funeral was probably around fourth period. So I had to catch a ride to the funeral place. And by the time I got to the service, the casket was closed. So I didn't really get to say goodbye. So my I don't hate nobody, but I stay away, like, because I know me. I don't pretend or none of that. Like that was just horrible. Stop, boy.
Jeez. All right. So coming back from California, is this during like the what? This had to be what, late 80s, early 80s?
90s.
Yeah. So you was like in the midst of
the everything.
whole the NWA, the crack,
everything.
My God, Jesus, boy, you got to write a book because
I'm supposed to.
Like that, before we get back to the South, that West Coast time frame, that shit was.
It's embedded in me. Like it's in me. When Pac died, I cried like a baby. When they played that movie, they played Straight Outta Compton, I knew certain things. That's a lie. That damn show didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really in the mood there to pissed out because that ain't nowhere near to happen. Tupac movie, worst movie ever created in life.
Yeah.
That man did not move like that. You know what I mean?
That was trash. I hated that movie. As soon as like the first 10 minutes, I couldn't even get into it.
But yeah,
I couldn't get in there. All right, I gotta ask this question. How many Chuck Taylors you own?
I don't own no Chucks. I was more of a Debo house shoe type guy. That's what I was about.
You look like one. All right.
You threw up.
All right, so we done came back to Louisiana. How old when you got back to Louisiana?
13.
13.
12 about to be 13.
That's don't matter, but you long 13, that's middle school. So
and I got expelled when I got back.
And you done came from California back to Grambling and Ruston.
I was everywhere. I didn't have no place to stay.
But that was the central point.
Mm-hmm.
Still a big difference. Still a big difference. So, did you go back to your old house and like try to see could you get it or do this or that, or was somebody? Did you at least have somewhere to lay your head? Let me just ask that question.
Nah, I was just sleeping on people's couches. People that I grew up with that my mom had, you know, like she was big on like if we go to like it was this gaming place called Extra Play. She taking the whole community. She taking all my friends with her. You know what I mean? Well, and so nah, I didn't go back by the house. I didn't truly go back by the house until 2015. I made a video of it. I couldn't because I, you know, that was hard for me. Like, you know, like I made sure like people understand. Like I took like my freshman year at Grambling, I took probably 40 hours of psychology because they said my mom had schizophrenia, dementia, and Alzheimer's. And so I'm trying to figure out the mental aspect of it. So I knew I wasn't ready to go to their house. You know what I mean? They just brought back too many memories. And then it's like I learned like just deal with the reality of it. You know what I mean? Like I made it through it and I had to see it that way. So I went there, I recorded the video or whatever the case may be. And I think probably like 2 months later, they tore the house down. They just tore my uncle's house down. That's all I got left, really. They just tore his house down the other day. He was in the village, actually. It was a little house, a little itty-bitty house.
Right. Well, you remember when I told you raising your kids and then taking care of your grandkids, you need to take a bow. Well, then you just need to take a bow, period. Like, that's like, forget for me, forget the part going to camp. My guy, you was a year on your own, and at the age of 9, like I can only imagine the wild shit that's going through your head at that time. Like,
hey man,
yeah. Season 7 Cal podcast. Boy, we got a podcast tonight. Wasn't expecting this. Really wasn't expecting this. Like, didn't know which way we was gonna go. I got no notes. I got no questions except for my Cal podcast question. But this story is yeah. Like, let me fast forward. So when did you have your first child, your first daughter? What age were you when you had her?
when I got back, 13.
13. This boy fucking out the gates. Raw too. No condom.
Nah, it broke.
Raw. We're gonna say raw. Because we raw. I'm out here. How so was that like a when you had your daughter, was that like something that it was something that just something that clicked in your head like I gotta change or it was,
the street life still the street life. And I couldn't process like I got screwed over by adults. My mama got messed over by family that got the same DNA as her. So my mind frame still crash dummy. Like just crash dummy. I ain't going. You can ask CJ. We had an incident where senior year, him and my other little brother, they got into it with some guys in Ruston. I've got my name solidified in these streets, and not to brag on it, but this just back then in the day when I was young and ignorant. And they called me. I ran down the street, put my gun in my side, walked up on them, put cocked it back. I'm like, what's up? What we on? They, oh, no, we ain't want that, man. My bad. I cussed them out, went back to the house. People used to call me when they had problems. Like a lot of people that's successful right now, they call me. Yeah, and I used to take care of stuff. I ain't kill nobody, nothing like that. But if I pull up and there's 30 dudes out there and I roll down the window, this actually happened to my little brother. He called me like 3:00 in the morning. You got this girl house and, people wanted to beat him up. I promised to God, bro, I let the window down. They looked and saw it was me. I let it back up. And all you heard was, oh, man, we finna go. Like, we finna go, But I never wanted to. I only did that to keep people away from me because I already got hurt by people that love me and look just like me. So if I put this, this mask on, well, really not this mask, I put this shield up, this warning sign. I ain't smiling. So you don't feel comfortable to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to be cool with you, none of that. The little friends I got. I don't want no more. That was my mind frame back then.
Yeah, I see why you have to go to therapy. You gotta get all that out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jesus, man. I'm wasn't it like yeah. I ain't know, like, I remember you say you had a story to tell, brother. You got a story to tell, like, man. Okay, Jesus. Woo. Season 7 Cal Podcast. This is whatever. Coach Gottie in here, man. 13, just became a father. Not caring. You still like, I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm just trying to see, when did was she always important in your life during that time, or it was just like,
Yeah.
I
As
got
soon as
I got a baby. I got a
no,
baby. Let me just be, let me buy some diapers. Let me go get us
no,
My Little Pony.
Nah, I didn't know how to be no father. No disrespect to mine, cause mine never. You might have took care of my siblings, and it's okay, and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Cause I wouldn't have been the man I was. Like my mama, I didn't know we needed fathers. I didn't know like we needed fathers. It's Father's Day at school. I'm like, oh, what they doing that for? Shoot, that's how. Like you wasn't there. It ain't personal. When I had my little girl, I went and got a job. I worked for my pastor, Pastor Harris, and I would put up roofing, and that man would pay me like $600 a week. So I would buy everything. Forget Pampers, just Pampers, Jordans. I still got her baby shoes, her Jordans in the window. Like she is everything to me. It's when you get I wouldn't say brainwashed, but when people that gang bang and stuff like that, when they're in your life and you see them do for you. Even when I was going to Grambling High School, the whole neighborhood was full of Crips. I was the only blood. I didn't care. And I couldn't really afford to take my date out to eat or go out with the rest of my teammates when I was in high school. So every dude in the hills of Grambling, God rest a couple of them soul, they got together, sent me out to Carnation with like $300-400. So the people, like a lot of people look at a lot of people wrong and stuff like that. I don't, because they be out there trying to help folk. A lot of people that got the light on them, that have the ability to change lives, they won't.
So when did the street life stop for you? Like, what age? Like, when are you like, enough is enough?
It ain't that. That's who I am. It ain't went nowhere. I'd be a fool to try to separate the two.
No. Not the mentality. I'm talking about being in the streets, like living that life. Like, it's in you. Trust me, it's in you. But when do you like, let me do this? Let me go to school to get my degree.
Oh, no, I mean I'm humble. I hope you know that I'm humble. I always been a smart kid, so I always wanted more. Mm-hmm. So it was both. Women today don't want a dude that have on a suit but can't put on a muzzle shirt with tattoos. Like, they want it all. So I feel like that's just the whole core of me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I've always been like, I laugh. Like, some of my classmates, class clowns, I'm laughing with you. Man, y'all funny. I'm still doing my work while y'all laughing. So it never, like, I went to summer school every year so I could graduate a year early. Like, I always been on that book stuff. Like, nobody finna get me out. Like, even right now, getting my doctorate. Nobody finna get me off my book stuff. Like, I'm there. I just happened to be at the time just a thug.
Literally. Not even a thug, a gangster. Because I always say the West Coast always had gangster. To me, thugs was more down south. Hoodlums more north. That's just my mindset. Yeah. Like, West Coast will always be gangsters to me. The South will always have thugs, and hoodlums will always north. Because to me, them the guys who, wore the pinstripe suits with the red toe tip shoes, but they got a swisher blade in their back pocket. So but that's just my mindset when I hear that shit. So Yeah, this is yeah, brother. We gotta do a part 2. Cause we ain't even got to the maturation of you. We still in the streets, and yeah, dang, got it.
Mm-hmm.
And and let's not forget, you still Paw-Paw Gotti. You still the granddaddy. We
Yeah.
ain't even got to that part. Like, well, let me ask this question: your fiance, do she know all this?
Yeah, I don't hide who I am. You know, even my middle child's mom, she got a chance to see it. You know, like I'm a protector of my family. You know, that's the only reason I have jail sentence in my name is because they were abusing my mom, so I got arrested before I get up there. But you know,
If I was supposed to picture this man, I promise you, nobody would even guess this lifestyle or this is your former lifestyle or what you've been through.
mm-hmm.
Man, can't judge a book by a cover. They say that, and this is so true. Did not expect none of this. Did not even like. Did you get Gottie from the streets?
I earned it.
Ah, say less. Say less. I don't even. I'm not even finna. You know what? No, I got to. I got to change the mode. I got to add this kind of podcast question. Hey, we're doing a part 2. I just want to throw that out there.
Okay.
We're doing a part 2, and I'm gonna do a. I'm gonna. Dang, I wish Perkin Quitter was on for this one. Well, let me say this. I'm glad they're not because it would come. Would have to end it. I just make sure they get on for part 2. Yeah, yeah, boy, we could have used you when we was talking about black men. Boy, we could have used you. All right, let me change it. Let me get to these Cal podcast questions. So, it's like the same time. The first 2 questions you already answered, so we're gonna skip it. So I'm gonna just get straight to the third. Gotti, what is your love language?
Hmm.
So there's
Mm.
touch, there's words of affirmation, there's
Words of affirmation.
okay. Um, would you rather go on a vacation or do whatever you want to do in Vegas for 24 hours?
Vacation.
Okay. What have you learned about yourself in the last 5 years? This is gonna be good.
That I ain't going for nothing. I stand on principles, and I don't have to change in any room.
Gotcha.
Just being a good person to get you a long way.
Coach, would you rather have sex on the beach or sex on the balcony?
On a balcony.
All right, here we go. Bayou Classic or Dallas?
I don't even like Dallas like that. Bayou Classic.
Bayou Classic or Homecoming?
Homecoming.
What is something that you're going to accomplish or already accomplished in the year 2024?
I can't say.
I'm saying. No limit or cash money?
I'm gonna have to go No Limit. He dropped 75 albums in a week.
Somebody. You around my injury. Okay. All right. Got it. Would you rather write her a long love text message or a long love letter?
Letter.
Coach Gotti, if money, health, and time wasn't an issue, what is something that you would start today?
I would start a nonprofit for the youth in my community and fund them to college.
How long should good sex last?
It depends on the age. If you a kid in high school, probably about 5-6 hours.
I would say, how long did you last your first time?
Nah, that was too quick, bro. That was the first time I ever had sex, bro. I didn't know what I was doing.
Okay. All right, Coach, how can you, if you were talking to your oldest daughter, how would you tell her to identify when somebody value her or just desire her?
I raised her, so she know that. I don't have to even tell her. That's what she was talking about on the phone. So
Okay, so
I like people who she was like 10. You know, kids, the kid bought a little bear. And I watched my daughter's eyes go like this to the little bear. Them eyes never went like that since.
well, let me switch it. How would you tell a young lady who you just met to tell the difference between when somebody value her or just desire her?
Time. I tell her time. Time will tell you everything you need to do. If you start everything out with morals and then somebody try to cross some boundaries, you already know what they want. You know, just honestly. Yeah, that's what I would say.
All right. So this question I stole from Matt Hoffa. He got a podcast. He had Killer Mike on, and it was a group full of black men. And Killer Mike, they were just saying some stuff, but Killer Mike asked them a specific question. What do you specifically love about black people? One person said, I love the women. If we were like, no, that's too generic. They love that too. Tell me something that you specifically love about black people. So, Coach Gottie, I'm going to ask you, what are 2 things that you specifically love about black people?
We're authentic.
Authentic.
We try to get copied so many times, but we just too authentic. I value our heritage the most. We didn't came from nothing. We make the littlest things be something, you know, from the way we sing to the way we dance, the way we cook. It's like everybody wants that. You know, everybody wants to be black until it's time to be black. You know?
I heard that. Let me say that the 2 answers that one guy, it was only one guy able to give like good answers. And he said the first thing he loved about black people that we're the most forgiving people of all people. Like we forgive about everything. When some of the stuff we should be riding and rumbling and fighting people for, we forgave them. And 2, oh damn, what did he say? It was forgiveness and bounce back ability. Black people can bounce back from anything. It's whatever happened to them, we gonna find a way to bounce back. So that was the 2 answers that he gave. 2 more questions. If you can ask God one question, what would it be?
Ask him how he doing.
And then the last question, I don't know if you've been to both of these spots, but we're gonna find out because I don't remember what your answer was. Who got the better pancakes, Cracker Barrel or Whataburger?
Neither. I answered that last time. Yeah, neither.
You ain't been to them trying to have you.
Mm-mm.
Okay, we can't accept your answer. You gotta try at least one. You gotta at least try at least one, Coach Gottie. Okay. My guy, I'm not even gonna give you the flow to say what you want to say because we gotta do a part 2. We gotta do a part 2 because we only got to 13. Yeah, and then what age you had your first child?
13.
13. First in, first out. Boom. Yeah, we got some more stuff to talk about, my guy. Like real talk. Like I don't know when this book coming or this documentary or hell this video blog, but yeah, this shit is deep. I promise you, if I were supposed to take one of your pictures from your IG and show it, I guarantee you, at least 99.9% would not guess that this would be your story. I'm telling you, I wouldn't get even if I show them the pictures of your 3 daughters and your grandson, ain't nobody gonna believe that shit. Like, bro, yeah. So, yeah, we definitely got to do a part 2. It's probably gonna be in April because we kind of got everything booked up. This week and the first 2 weeks of the first week of April be next week, and we got something after that. But yeah, we definitely got to do a part 2. And I'm definitely gonna make sure the crew here for this shit because I know I got questions. I know they're gonna have some more questions for your ass. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah. Once again, I had no notes. I had nothing. I didn't know how this thing was gonna go, but damn, boy, did it take a turn forward. This turned out to be a podcast for real, for real. Coach Gottie and the Cal. Yeah. Is anything? No. Don't say nothing. We gotta save it for part 2. I don't want to mess it up. Don't say nothing. Like I always say, we're gonna get better and do better. Cootie and Perk couldn't make it tonight. Coach Gottie, he's coming back for part 2 of season 7. It is what it is. And y'all have a good night.
G14 classified. That's good.
Headline, Starlight.
DJ Star.
Yo ni sé quién te la va a perder.